back in 2018, don't quote me on that, Sony A7 III was released, a new basic model, just bragging to the world. Oh, here's our basic model. It's the best thing ever made. Is your camera not as good as that? This is just our basic offering. What's your next move? Fast forward to 2021, basic has a new meaning, doesn't it? I think they had a meeting about it. Alright fellas, I'm proud to announce the next generation of the A7 lineup is now upon us. Our new basic model, 4K 60p in APS-C mode, 120 frames per second, 1080p. Welcome to the new basic. Boss, that actually is kind of basic nowadays. Canon does 4K 60p with like a 5% crop. It barely even registers on the crop index of Louisiana. 1080p, 120, we've been doing that for 15 years. How much does this cost? Is it that basic? Is it like 1800? No. It's a lot higher than it used to be. Costs have gone up. Things are weird on the planet. Chips are expensive. Nobody wants to give them out. It's an expensive camera, but it's basic. We're sticking with the basic concept. It worked then. It could work now. Sir, the A7 III changed the game. It had oversampled 4K. We couldn't believe how sharp it was. At 10 frames per second, bursting everywhere. Just slow motion. The autofocus of the gods. And it was $2,000. Nobody could match it. We didn't copy the strategy. We just matched the specs of the A7 III and charged double the cost. Is it gonna work? Listen, Barry, we can't beat our A7S III for video. We gotta protect our lineup. This thing's pretty good. It's oversampled 7K. It's basically an 8K camera, almost. Only like $3,000. That's not much. You're right, boss. I don't know what I was thinking. I was expecting too much. It was unreasonable. It's a great camera. You got the flippy screen in there. Oversampled 7K is beautiful. You updated the screen, right? It's one of these new high resolution ones. Yeah. We updated it. It's 1 million dots. 1 million. Imagine that. It's the same screen. We bought 15 million from Kodak. We're using them. We got a good deal on those. $299 a screen. You don't pass up that deal. We use them till we die.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So I have some thoughts. I've known about this camera for a bit. It's funny watching Sony Alpha rumors. He actually did really good this time. It was mostly on point. He has an insider source. They don't always give him all the information they have. They just tidbit it out there. But he gets it, he gathers it. So first thing, they said this is gonna be called the A7 New. And I was like, what are you doing? Is that a joke? I'm hoping that was just to throw us off in the rumor meeting, so if we leaked it out, we would have been caught. Like, oh, we'll call it this, and anybody who said that is a rat. So hopefully it's not called that, but if it is, way to go, marketing team. We have a new camera, let's call it every camera should be called that then, you dick. So there's pros and cons to this little freak camera. I made notes. 33 megapixels, not stacked. So it's not a stacked super sensor that allows for fun slow motion modes. We got 120 frames per second, 1080p. Like, a lot of this is the A7 III, barely updated. They have 4K 60p, it's a crop, but like most of it's the same specs. I film in 4K 24p, and then beyond that, I want as slow motion as you can give me. So basically you change nothing for me. 60 frames per second, that's not slow motion. That's like a jog in a park with a dog following you. A crippled three-legged dog. No offense, Potato Jet. I love your dog. I'll lick him in the face. When it comes to the 4K 60p, a 1.5 times crop, I know Sony's gonna catch a lot of guff for that one, For me, like, that mode is for shooting slower than usual. It's not slow motion, but it's kind of. There's some situations where 60p is slow enough. You slow it down 40% on a 24p timeline, it's like, okay, it's kind of nice. Like, my unreasonable demands of like 240p, 480 frames, like, a lot of situations that's too slow. Unless you have some fast-ass bird, something cool, like, it's not really, you don't need it. But for this, with the crop, you're filming something away, the crop might even help you, and it's like really nice resolution, oversampled, 4.8K to 4K, it'll look nice. So like, it's not a vlog mode, like, who cares? We'll give them some slack. I love that they have a movie still switch. Even the A7S III doesn't have that. They said they kind of have it, but not really. When it comes to this oversampled 7K to 4K, that's gonna probably look pretty glorious. It's like a Canon R5 mood, like, it's so sharp. Do you care? I don't know. For wildlife, you want that sharpness of bird feathers and like, wow, look at that. The bird has a worm, it's half eaten, it's sticking right. For human faces, you gonna want this for a talking hell? Let's oversample that. How many beard hairs are gray now? 17. To me, it's not even a benefit, but like, for side-by-side comparisons, you're gonna see this 7K oversampled next to something else, and it's like, wow, the Sony's so much sharper, and idiots will see that like, oh, there's the better camera. I got a moron the other day saying, how come the GoPro 4K looks so much better than the 5K? Wow. It's the ugliest 4K you ever seen because it's over-sharpened, it's nasty looking. But some morons prefer it. Like, oh wow, it's sharper, it's better. It's more saturated. I like when your face glows red. So Sony will win these sharpness battles against anything but the Canon R5, most likely. So that's fine, good for you. They finally realized the error of their ways and gave us a flippy screen, although if it's a hybrid photo and video camera, I'm not sure the photo nerds are gonna like that. They like flipping up and direct centerline attention. I'd always want flippy screen no matter what. However, it'd be nice if you updated the damn thing. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw 1 million dots. Not even as good as the A7S III, which sucks. You use that thing outside, try to manually focus on something, good luck. Impossible. Like, those screens suck. Why is Sony so far behind in this area? I'll never know. They make smartphones. They could do something. Give us an OLED. Super sharp. Bright. Nice. Canon R3 has a 4 million daughter. Thing's gonna suck the battery like my wife. But something around the 2 million, 2.4 million, I've seen it in its glory. I can't unsee it. The Fuji had a 2.7 million dot. I couldn't believe, and it was like 4 inches. I was like, wow, it's actually distracting. It's so beautiful. But again, with the 1 million dots, I don't get it. And my A7S III has like the best viewfinder that I'd never use and the worst screen. I'm so ashamed to own that thing. I'm glad it's being pixel damaged, repaired. We got new IBIS, but it's just matching Sony A7S III IBIS, which is not good. It's okay if you're super careful, but they have the active stab finally, so that's a good thing. It's just, it's not like anything to write home about. It's pretty okay, kind of. The most exciting feature to me is the bird eye autofocus in video now. If that doesn't come to my A7S III, we got fighting words. I will fight you with Aikido. And trust me, I'll make it work. I don't want to punch you, but like, the A7S III has the processor, same, like, it's capable. If that doesn't make its way over to my camera, or the A1 even, like, that better be in there next week. If I have to buy this piece of shit just to get a bird in focus, I will kill that bird and eat it. A couple more points here. The 120 frames per second, if you want audio with it, which you might, 8-bit, disgusting. You have to go to the slow motion mode to get 10-bit and no audio. Don't quote me on that. That's what I gleaned from the reptilian dungeons. That could suck. And last interesting thing to me is they have focus breathing compensation now, which is very interesting. A lot of their lenses have that problem. Does Fuji have that? Ow. Oh God, why do I always do that? If I had the mic up here, it just wouldn't work. Are you breathing? You're just slow. So most Sony lenses have a problem on purpose because they knew they were coming with this feature. So, all this breathing wall shit, now they can fix it, but it crops in. I don't know how good this is. And it only works with certain lenses. It doesn't work with my 20mm, 21.8. What the hell? Only some Sony lenses, and all your third-party ones aren't gonna work, the Zeiss Batis. So you have to go Sony for the future. Don't even look at the Samyangs and third-party and the Tamrons, all those, because you think this is the last feature to come like this that only works on Sony lenses? They have a game plan. They know that the E-mount's open. It's like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead, create whatever you want. Here's the protocol. By the way, we have all these new features that aren't gonna work for you. Now take that, sucker. It's a brilliant plan. And Sony lenses are good, a little pricey, but there you go. You get your G Master 24mm, becomes a 90mm with the crop, and then it won't focus breathe much, probably. Or it'll make your camera shut off. I don't know. Does it work? It looked pretty cool. But for a video like this, like just these minor little movements can create a jarring focus breathe. And if that's fixed now with this new mode, just for a talking head thing wiggling around, that's a nice little mode. So it's a pretty good camera. I'm not blown away by anything, but it's nice. It's better than the R6, I think. The R6, you can't even save custom modes. Like there's no aperture priority. There's nothing fun and normal. Am I in auto everything? Probably. To me, this sounds like the ultimate wildlife cam now. Hybrid photo and video cam. You got some crops in there that don't matter. It's actually beneficial for the birds. Super sharp footage. No focus breathing on bird, no bird breathing. Not bad. I wish there was 240p in there, but you don't want to step on an A7S III's foot. I messed that sentence up. It could have been so great. It's pricey for a new basic. A little bit much. It's available, of course, through my affiliate links. I don't mind you buying it, but these categories. I'm looking for like an A7C Mark II with better features than this for much cheaper somehow. That's what we're like. It shouldn't be this high. Nothing we need should cost that much. A house should be that price. Food should be $1. Everything you buy, no matter how much you buy, $1. I'm gonna leave. I'm unreasonable. Are you thumbing up the video and buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt? I believe you are, and I appreciate your thoughts and well wishes. And subscribing.